Not the trap boy music. You too goody to listen to trap boy music. You don't be in those streets like that. I don't know what line dance you was finna bust into, but that ain't it. You can tell. Do you leave this stuff in here every week?
Nah, I put it up on Sunday morning. Yeah, I put it up on Sunday morning.
So you take this out every week?
Yeah, put it in there. It ain't that hard. I done got used to it.
Looks like a lot of stuff. But okay.
I make sure I'm on TV right now. Oh yeah, you look good, girl. You look good. You looking good.
I tried. I ain't got my face done, my lashes and stuff when I come over here. I don't get all that.
Yeah. Real spill. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. All right. We live.
Live and kicking.
Yeah. All right. What's happening? Oh, I gotta turn it down. It's all in my... Lord jeez. I'm sorry. I'm a little discombobulated. All right, there we go. Yeah, what's happening? Welcome to the Real Spill Podcast on a Sunday evening.
Yes.
I know.
Last month of the year.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. We've been going strong. We appreciate everybody supporting us. Appreciate all the love. Y'all been riding with us all this year. We love it. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Here for it.
Shout out to my niece and my family. She got christened today. That's why I look like Mr. Rogers.
But not Mr. Rogers.
That's what they were calling me. They said like Mr. Rogers.
I was wondering that when I was like, why he all dressed up? He must have had something going on.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like change. We left the church when it got something to eat, and I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna rock this on out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Keep on
because I don't normally wear ties, so this is a rare occasion.
I rarely see you like that.
So now it's documented.
It's always the uniform or casual.
Yeah, or naked.
We
just kid.
That's later on.
Yeah.
That's the wrong show.
Yeah, that's the after dark. You're right. See what happened with Talent here? I don't do right. Oh yeah, okay, my bad, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Talent not here right now. He called me. His flight got delayed. He was trying to come from Acapulco, so yeah, he was out there. Yeah. So, but hopefully he'll make it. He might make it this evening. We don't know.
He may pop in.
You never know. But we're gonna hold it down regardless.
That's it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Welcome to the Real. Yeah. We're gonna do it right now. We're gonna jump into this thing.
All right.
Welcome to the Real Spill. I'm your favorite co-host. Well, host today.
Yeah.
Cold Steel.
Co-host, you got Straight Shooter here.
That's what I'm talking about. She back in the building, y'all. All right. So I hope y'all enjoy the show. Today's episode 64. In those jeans. I'm excited about it.
Referring to?
Now, see, this is a play on words. I knew the nasty people would be thinking about something else.
But if you check the spelling.
Unless they think I'm slow and they like this dummy and spelled jeans wrong.
Yeah, spelled it wrong.
But no, I mean by genetics, those type of genes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, generational genes that are passed on from, our grandparents and ancestors. So that's what we're going to talk about today because I find genes in the human body so fascinating. They powerful. They not only make or create the way we look, but they also have a lot to do with our personality.
You think so?
Yeah. Our physical attributes, our emotions as well. Because you got to think about it, we inheriting this from our parents, right?
Personality-wise, I don't know.
You don't think you're a combination of your parents?
I feel, okay.
Yeah.
Personality, no. Maybe my physical features.
Right.
They contribute to, of course. I look like my mom or I have my dad's eyes or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But I feel like a lot of people out here always want to jump to that, I'm a Gemini, I'm a Libra, that's why I'm the way that I am. That's not genetics.
They go by the signs.
That's just your birth sign. So that's not genetics. You are claiming, I act this way or I talk this way or my temper is this way because I'm a Scorpio. Like,
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I've heard
no,
that.
personality, I don't feel like it's genetics. I feel like a lot of people feel like it's depending on their astronomy sign.
But I can't say that doesn't have play a factor in it.
And that's not genetics. That's just the time you and mom and dad couldn't stay on their side of the bed.
Okay, well, let me give you some examples then. Let me give you some examples of genetics.
Okay.
Have you ever, maybe not you personally, but maybe you heard somebody say, boy, you laugh just like your daddy. And they may have never even met their father before. You know, let's say their father passed before they were born, or the father just was never in their life. And then when people see them who knew their father or mother, and they like, boy, you look just like your mama. Your forehead, the way you frown up like that, you look just like your mama.
Okay,
or
yeah,
they say you laugh.
Features.
But when I'm talking about the laugh or the personality, let's say, for example, you never heard nobody say, your daddy used to do that same thing right there. He used to always ask questions.
What's that they call that? That's like because of the habitat that you're in.
But I'm saying, what if you even didn't know your daddy, though?
Oh, you're talking about the person that know their daddy.
Well, I mean, it could go both ways, even if you did know your daddy. Like, I did know my daddy. Shout out to my dad. But, okay, I didn't know how he was when he was younger, you know, obviously, because I wasn't around. So people would tell me the same thing I was doing as a kid. Your dad used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
He would just wander off somewhere, and we had to go looking for him, and you do the same thing. And I'd be like, oh, he ain't never told me that. But I, hear people saying I did that. Or they'd be like, the way you be looking at them women, your daddy used to look at them women, you know what I'm saying?
Or maybe it's a genetic disorder he passed on to you. What? And that's why you two think, or not to say it's a bad thing, not necessarily to say the personality, but just like Down syndrome is passed on. One child may have it, the other one does not. It's genetic. So what if you got a genetic trait from him that just how y'all mind
that's my point.
Work, right? So I mean,
in those genes, that's my point. Because your parents will pass on these traits to you. Yeah. And you don't even realize that you have similarities to them, because you might see a version of them as the parent mode. You know, they're grown when you come. So you didn't see their past life. But then as you growing up, they're seeing themselves in you and like, dang, I used to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like you, like, for example, let's say you got this natural gift to do hair, and your mom be like, you know what, I used to have a salon, or I used to do hair. You like, for real, mom? Yeah. You ain't never tell me that? But yet you just felt this natural desire to do hair, and you was good at it.
You think that's a genetic, though?
I would like to say so for the sake of this episode. How about that? Yeah.
Do you feel like a talent is genetic?
Yes. I feel like it could have a lot to do with genetics. Now, of course, just like, let's say if you're an athlete, right? Okay. You may have the genetics or the genes where you just naturally built, naturally fast, can jump high for whatever reason and not really have to put that much work into it. But, of course, to get on a certain level or achieve certain goals in a field of sports like football, basketball, whatever, you might have to work at it, lift weights, practice your breathing, running, stuff like that. But you know how some people just exceed more than others, and then they be like, man, your dad was a running back, you know that, right? Or your dad was a real good athlete. So genetically, they have that in them, and they're already ahead of the curve due to the fact that their dad or their mother passed that on to them. But they still don't mean they're going to be as good as their mother and dad, because they got to put that work in.
What's that basketball player?
Talking about LeBron James?
No. He
is a good example, though. Bronny James is a good example. Go ahead.
No, I think his son plays.
Who that?
His LeBron's son plays basketball
now,
so it's not him. Oh. Is it Dwayne?
Dwayne Wade.
Married to Gabrielle?
Yeah, that's Dwayne Wade. Yeah.
So what genes do you feel like he passed on to his son?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
His son is not playing basketball.
One of them is.
Nah, you know what I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about. What genes do you feel like got passed on to him? Because if you look back a few, like LeBron, his son is now playing basketball. You have Curry, his dad, played basketball. That passed it on to him.
Right, and his brother played as well.
So what happened? What do you think happened
I'm glad you
with that transfer?
I had a definition of genes too, but should I just say it later or answer the question first?
Either or.
Let me give you the definition of genes so y'all can have a better understanding of what we're talking about. Genes is a basic unit of can't read my own right. Is a basic unit of hereditary that is passed from parent to offspring. So in other words, genes is a hereditary substance that is passed from your parents to yourself.
That question make you nervous?
Well, I just can't read it there. And you would pass it on to your children as well. So in other words, your eye color, your hair, you know, like you said, your facial features, whatever, you pass it on to your children. So those are genes, right?
Correct.
But to answer your question with the Dwayne Wade thing, I've gotten to a situation before where I don't want to say it was an argument, but a debate. And, you know, somebody was saying, like, with homosexuality, did they believe it was a learned behavior or was it a natural behavior? Now, growing up, I felt it was a learned behavior. Like, I felt it was something that you choose to do, right? But now I kind of believe children can be born gay, right?
But if you feel like it's a learned behavior, where did they learn it from?
Exactly. That's why I changed my way of thinking. Because people was always trying to say, oh, it was something happened to them or somebody was, you know, manipulating them or molding them in that direction. And then I'm like, but dang, it's so many, you know, gay people. How can that many people been molested if they were trying to, you say that as an excuse? Like, you know, a lot of people like, oh, somebody must have touched them when they was a child or something like that. I'm like, it's too many people. Ain't all these people got molested now. Some of these people choosing to do this for whatever reason, right? And I started believing that maybe they possibly could be born that way. Because you got a man and a woman creating this person.
Someone's carrying a gene.
Exactly. So why is it that you can't carry the genes of your mother if you're a man like Dwayne Wade's son and have this desire and this urge to feel that you really relate more to the woman side of you versus the man side of you?
So you feel like homosexuality is genetic? It's a carried gene from mom or dad?
I mean, you still at the end of the day have to choose to go that route, but I will say I think it is genetic in the sense of it may naturally be in you. You may just naturally always have an attraction for the same sex.
Right.
So I feel like...
So if it's natural, it has to come from mom or dad's side of the family. So do you kind of look
you
back?
Get deep now. You get deep. No, I wasn't going to say...
Because you said your definition
like
is hereditary traits from the parents.
Right.
So now you have mom 50, dad gives out 50. You don't know which ones.
Right.
You just know she gave up 50, he gave up 50. Not looking at the background of dad's family tree. Did he had a lot of gay men in his family? Uncles and that he may not even know about back in the 30s, 40s, 50s before his time? And the same thing for mom. And what they used to say, oh, stuff skips a generation.
I mean, that's possible. I can't argue with it. But I was looking at more like, what if the woman's genes okay, so let's just say, for example, you take a son like Dwayne Wade. So let's say he's built like his dad physically, right? He got that part from his dad, but his emotional side or his desire, you know, as far as his attraction to men is his mom's genes playing the part. Like you said, it's 50-50, but you don't know where the 50 is going to go, though. You know what I'm saying?
But is he attracted to little boys?
Little boys?
Well, he's a teenager, so it's a little boy to me. Not a little boy like a 5 or 6 year old.
I mean, for him to have that desire at a young age, I really feel like he was born with that desire in him. He's always probably been attracted to boys. That's why I feel. Now,
so now he wants to switch over to dress like a girl.
Now, that is extreme. But yes, I feel like that was part of it because he felt like inside he was a girl or a woman or whatever you want to call a female. So I feel like he was like, I resonate more with my female side. I resonate more with the
femininity.
Femininity, right. There you go.
Right.
So yeah, this is way off subject, but it is related though.
You know, we tend to drift, and that's what. See, Tally's not here because Tally will ring us back in.
He would shut it down. He would shut it down. So yeah, I'm gonna get away with it while I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be like, I don't think we need.
It's our free day. It's our free day. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tally, but yeah, but no, but let me ask you this though. Do you believe that genes can impact your behavior or impact a person's behavior? So genetically, based off of what we just discussed, we inheriting these traits from our parents and possibly our grandparents if you want to get deep.
Right.
And so on. Now that we have this mixture in us from our mother and our father,
right?
Do you feel like that mixture impacts your behavior?
I feel like it can, which is how we have the schizophrenics.
Yeah, you getting deep, girl. You came to play. I see what you're doing.
So I feel like, you know, someone in your family
was probably schizophrenic.
Yeah, or you have the people who your elevator don't go all the way up. You're a little slow.
So kind of like how you said with the Down syndrome.
And that's how I feel like the group of special ed is created. Not everybody learns on the same pace.
Right, right.
You have the crazy, like I said, the schizophrenia that belong in the crazy hospital.
Right.
So that came from somewhere.
Right.
So it's genetic.
Right.
So, and like you said, just like Down syndrome, it's genetic. But if you don't pay to get that genetic test done with your mate, it's basically your baby is a surprise.
True.
And a lot of people don't take that time to say, hey, let me see what kind of genes are you bringing to the table, because I don't want a health issue child. I don't want to be at the hospital. I don't want, you know what I'm saying, that extra increase of hospital bills or medical bills, because now we decided to have a family.
Right.
But it ended up being a large financial family, because now, or I don't even know what it's called, but the children that grow up in a wheelchair, they don't grow as tall, so they move around in that wheelchair, the mobile chair. Right. So it's like, that's genetic. So, but you didn't take the time to see what you two were bringing. No one knows their history. You don't know what grandma and grandpa had back in 1930, whatever. You don't know what your slave grandparents.
Not the slave.
It goes all because they continuously had children, and back then.
Yeah.
Everybody has a slave master breed mixed in somewhere.
Well, yeah.
That trickled down. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if you don't do that
research,
that ancestry tree background to kind of tell you where your family.
But would it tell you if your ancestors had a genetic?
No, you have to do a genetic test for that.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me pause you on that, because you just brought up some of the genetic tests. So you believe once you get serious with somebody, I'm saying, like, you think about marrying this person.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about having a family with this person,
mm-hmm.
you feel that people should go get a genetic test?
If they are concerned with the health issues, if they're like, a baby's a blessing, no matter what happens, I'm here 100%, fine, do you have your family, you and your partner. But if you are more conscious of the things like, okay, this is what I don't want. I don't want to bring a child into this world with these ABCD issues, then you should get one, because you don't know what you're carrying.
Okay, so would you do it if you saw, let's say you met your significant other family?
Okay.
Been around, let's say, at least 5 years with them. So you done met
practically
grandmama,
everybody, family reunion, that met generations
and you ain't seen nothing weird. The uncle might be a little weird, but other than that, everybody else seemed normal. You still would feel like you should get it? And you just seen at least 3 generations of his family.
Just 3?
Well, I'm trying to say, like, okay, his
parents and grandparents.
Right. Right. So let's say, because depending on how old you are, you're not going to see past the grandparents most cases. You're only going to see the aunts, uncles, grandparents.
It would really depend on the back history of certain questions that was asked to the parents, how he moves as a person, his thinking process. Like, how you guys have someone that you date, it's like you understand them as a person. And based on that, I kind of be like, I don't know. You go out, your elevator goes all the way up.
Okay, I get what you're saying on that.
But health-wise, it just depends on how old I am, because, over the age of 40, you're already at health risk. And then to turn around, I see that your mom got high blood pressure and diabetes, so does your grandma. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute.
So you'd be like, no, we need to do a test.
I would. It wouldn't hurt. Now, would I push on it? No, it'd be a conversation.
Right.
But it wouldn't be something I would be like a deal breaker to be like, oh, well, if you're not doing a test, we ain't doing no babies. No. But it would be a conversation, just the fact of mainly on me, because my age, and we're speaking in this moment, because of my age, I would do it for me, because I don't want to be health risk. I don't want my life or my baby's life at danger because of my age. Right. So it would be more me pushing it for me, and he just got tossed in the tornado because you got to take one too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all heard that. Y'all get genetic tests. So you dating whoever you dating. If you ain't seen no, well, you say if you don't see no signs, you ain't sweating. But if you do see signs,
I would definitely. Yeah, if I knew he had a lot of health conscious issues going on, like the grandbaby, that's what you got to watch.
Right.
The cousins, the little babies and cousins, like, dog, she's always in the hospital. What's wrong with her?
Right.
He's always okay. So he said he got was it CP or something? Yeah, sickle cell, cerebral palsy. It's like, oh, hold on, brother.
Y'all got too much going on.
Yeah, you got too much going on, because you're not going to be, like you said, you can't see it in the elders.
Right.
Anything past grandma usually has already passed away. So now you're looking at the grandbabies and the great grandbabiys.
The cousins and all that stuff. Yeah.
What did y'all pass on to the grandbabies and the great grandbabies, the little 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 13-year-old? How are they moving? And you kind of find out, like, every time you talk to him, he's at the hospital visiting someone.
Right.
Or
right,
someone
right.
that had another episode. Someone that got sick. Someone is always at the hospital. Of course, they'll make me get one because what are you passing on to ours?
Right. I got you. Okay, I like that. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother level of dating right there.
Yeah.
So before y'all had these babies, y'all got to get
We too old
on
out here to be playing this trick or treat.
Well, I mean, yeah, I age,
Surprise!
but I'm saying like I'm thinking like somebody in their 20s, 23, 24, and they date and they like, yeah.
They probably don't care about that.
They don't think like that.
Yeah, they don't think like that. They too busy
they talking about going to the club.
Yeah, they don't think like that.
So you do believe genes impact behavior?
Yes.
All right, so let me ask you this. Is there such a thing as a genetic curse, though?
I guess it believes who you ask. Genetic curse, you're probably looking at with like a psychopath, a murderer. Do you feel like that's genetic? Someone that just out here killing people. You feel like that's hereditary?
I was gonna say, I guess when I think of genetic curse, not that deep. It's a psychopath, but that is no. I'm saying, but that is a good point. I was gonna say something like, okay, when I think of genetic curse, let's say you got your grandfather who was a womanizer, then your father saw that growing up, and he was a womanizer, and now you are becoming of age, and you like, well, my daddy did it, my granddaddy did it, and then you seeing this kind of in you.
That could be changed, though. Exactly.
We can all break curses, but if you don't choose to break the curse, you'll fall in the line or fall under the same path that your, ancestors did. You know what I'm saying? If you don't choose to make a difference.
But yeah.
So that's why I look at a genetic curse like that. Or like when people say, your granddad was alcoholic, your dad was alcoholic.
So
then you look up and now you like, damn, I drink all the time too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like unless you stop, you'll just naturally float into what they were doing, not even thinking about it until it's too late, maybe. So I was saying that's what I consider a genetic curse. But you went deep though. You talking about some Jeffrey Dahmer type.
If I had to come back, I would feel like a genetic curse would be for a male. If your daddy didn't give you, cause they say y'all package come from the men in y'all family.
Oh my God!
Would you consider that a curse? Because
you didn't get it.
You weren't, I guess, blessed as you wanted to be. Would that could be considered a curse? Genetic curse?
I would say you got the short end of the stick. Or
is that not a curse? Because now, when you decide,
it ain't gonna really kill you because your package is not.
Hey, but it's a downfall because now you're not as popular with the ladies as you want to be. Because
you can develop other skill sets now. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
We're not adding skills. We are basing it just on genetics, not the addition that you can. Well, I can compensate for that. Nah, that's not genetics. That's you bringing other things into the pool because of your genetics.
I guess it would depend on the person. I mean, I would say there's a genetic deficiency, maybe.
Not a curse?
Because there's no guarantee. Okay, let me tell you like this. So the way I look at it is, there's not like it's a set size you're supposed to have.
No.
You either, blessed or you're not. Or you in between. Blessed? Okay, really? Okay.
Because for some women, that's
you have to answer that. Right. So it depends on the
blessed.
woman. Okay, so I don't know.
Exactly. There is no determined side to say you're blessed and you're not blessed. Like there is no. Where's the scale for that?
Well, I would say this. I'm not into penises for the record, but what I'm saying is I would think somewhere between 8 to 6 inches probably would be pleasable for any woman.
6 to 8. Have you ever pulled a ruler out and seen how long that is? That is ridiculous.
That's long?
That is.
But I'm saying that's like right in the middle. Like it ain't like ridiculously huge.
It's damn near a foot long.
Right. Okay. Well, like I said, I don't know. This ain't my expertise. I just work with what I got. Okay. But yeah. All right. But yeah, I guess it would depend on the woman. It would depend on the woman.
It depends.
Because some women may want it the size of an arm, a baby arm, and then you got some women be like, no, I just need it nice and neat. Just so I can feel
3
it.
little bears. Yeah. Just need it not too small, not too big. I just need it just right.
So yeah, I don't know if I would call that a genetic curse. I mean, yeah, it might be a pain though.
It depends on who you ask.
But what I'm saying, it just really depends on the woman you're dealing with, because you may find a woman and be like, ooh, that's more than enough for me. Let's say she real petite.
But it's the women that you want. You start pursuing certain women and you kind of like, they're like, nah.
You ain't working with
yeah, they keep turning you down. You're kind of like, I'm cursed.
What type of women are those?
I don't know.
Just for the record, for the people.
I don't.
What type of women like the baby arms?
Women are all, yeah. I can't. There's no type. Everyone likes their own flavor.
I think you're trying to tell me something on the low, but it's cool though. I'm gonna let you slide with it. All right. So yeah, but I don't know if I would consider that one a genetic curse. I'll just say maybe they just unlucky draw. You know, it just
the short end of the stick.
Like, you know, if you're born short, you can't do nothing about that. That's why I tell women all the time.
You feel like you're cursed because you wish you was a little taller?
I guess you could look at it like a curse. You ain't hot, are you? Because I'm sweating like a motherfucker.
Because you got like 4 layers on.
Okay, I just know I got
and
that
your
thing.
heat on. I just want to say, your heat is on.
You want me to turn it down or you good?
I'm comfortable.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you good, that's all I'm
Yeah, if you sweating.
I need to sweat, though.
Go ahead and turn it down.
No, I need to sweat. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is I don't know if I would consider that a curse. It's just like it is what it is. Now, what I would say maybe is a curse is like you said earlier, sickle cell or, you know, something that you just have no control over and you just born with it and you just stuck with it.
And your height is something that you can't control. You was just born with it.
But that don't mean it's the end of the world. Just like with the sickle cell don't mean it's the end of the world either. Not trying to, you know, talk about anybody with sickle cell. But I'm saying, like, if I'm short, I could do other things to make myself be attractive to women. So let's say if women like, oh, I don't like short dudes, I can go out here and become a millionaire or have nice clothing.
Yeah, but you can't do anything for your height.
No, you stuck on that. You can't say
a curse would be something like sickle cell. I can't change it. I'm stuck with it. You can't change your height. Now, like I said, you can do an adjective and additive and then I can go be a millionaire. I can go buy these boats. Yeah. Okay, now we ain't talking about that.
But that would balance it out, right?
Okay, so can the person with the sickle cell? I got sickle cell, but I can go out here and be a millionaire. I can go out here and buy these boats. But it's the same thing.
We know millionaires that got sickle cell, though.
Exactly. So if you're not trying to date me because I'm short, I can comp for that. If you're not trying to date me because I got sickle cell, I can comp for that. It's the same thing. But we're not doing that. We're strictly talking about what you can't change. So you can't say a short dude, oh, that's not a curse, but sickle cell is because he can't change nothing about it. He was born with it. Okay, Mr. 5'2" was born that way, and he can't do anything like that. He's going to get some platforms and be a little high, taller. He can go date a woman
that's 5 feet, and he in the game.
He probably will be, but it's something that he can't change. So how can you say one thing is a curse and the other one isn't? Neither one of them can change what's happening.
I mean, it's all depending on the person who has the issue.
We're talking about you, what you just said.
No, I get what you're saying. Like I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I guess a curse would be also in the eye of the beholder. So if I valued height, like let's say I wanted to play basketball, or like you said, I just wanted to be that tall guy that women look up to or notice, and I'm short, then yeah, I could look at that like, damn, I'm cursed, man, because I'm too short. If that's who I am. But you got some people who short and just be like,
it is what it is.
Yeah, and I'm going to make it work for me.
So it depends on the person, because everybody can find faults about themselves to say, this is a curse. I was cursed because whatever negative mindset you put on your own self of what you wish you could change can always fall into a curse. Depends on who you're asking.
So you don't believe in generational curses, technically?
No, because I feel like depending on what it is, it can be changed. Like, you know, everybody, just because your mom was beat on and your grandma was beat on and they fall into these toxic relationships doesn't mean you are subject to it. You can change it.
Right.
So it's like, don't think, oh, well, 3 or 4 generations back all got beat, I might as well join the party. Like, no.
But if it naturally hits you, like I said with the alcoholism, like you don't really think about it until it's too late. Like once you start drinking and you notice that you're drinking excessively, and then you like, damn, man, like I can't go a day without drinking. My dad used to do this, and I saw how he turned out.
So now what?
Well, yeah, you got to make a decision.
Exactly.
You got to make a decision. So that's why I say you can break the curses.
Yes.
But I'm trying to say, is it even a curse in the first place, though?
I don't know if I would count alcoholism as a genetic.
I mean, I feel like you be attracted to certain things, like for example, God rest her soul. My mama used to say, you know why you like bread so much? I was like, why? She like, 'cause that's all I ate when I was pregnant with you. And she didn't even used to eat bread like that. But she said, when I was pregnant with you, all I used to eat was bread and sweets. And that's why you had that sweet tooth and had that desire and love for bread. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe because she did that during the pregnancy, now I do have this craving for bread.
So you believe that?
I'm asking you. You're the guest.
Do I believe it? No.
So you just think I like bread just because I like bread?
Just because you like bread.
So you don't think when people have a certain craving or desire for certain foods, certain drinks, sodas, or whatever, and then you find out your mama used to always drink water all the time.
Okay, good.
You just think that's you naturally just liking water.
Yes, because your genetics have already been determined before she starts stuffing bread down there to feed you. So you was already created. So she's gonna tell me one of the 50 that I gave you, son, was bread lover.
Yeah.
Out of the stop playing with me.
I got a question. So when people try different stuff, listen. So check this out. I don't want to get too deep, but let's say when people smoke a cigarette for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now they get this craving and desire to smoke cigarettes, right? They get addicted to them or whatever.
The nicotine, yeah.
So they fell in love with the taste or whatever it was that turned them on to it, and now they got this habit. So, do you think? And then let's say you find out that it was your parents or your father, mother who also smoked heavily as well, which led you into smoking cigarettes in the first place because you saw them doing it. And then when you, because I know some people that smoke and be like, oh, I never smoked. That shit was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I cursed on the 5 o'clock show. Lord, I'm sorry, Ted. Yeah, my bad. Or, some people will smoke and be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Right.
Or like some people drink alcohol and be like, oh, it's horrible. I can't drink it.
Right.
But then some people drinking it is like a monster wake up in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you find out, damn, my dad drink all the time too. Or my mama smokes cigarettes.
I don't feel like that's genetic. I don't. I feel like I feel like people's behavior is the environment they grew up around.
Right.
And even if it may just been a friend or an auntie or whatever when you was growing up, and like you say, oh well, I didn't grow up around my dad. Okay, well you probably grew up around another male figure, your fake uncle, or grandma's friend, or it was someone that you probably grew up around that made you curious to do it. I feel like a lot of people who grow up in a house where your mom and dad smoke, you feel like you have this ideal of your parents. They're this type of person. I look up to this individual, and their habits are cool. If mom and dad is doing it, it's cool. Right. So you know what? My curiosity, I want to try. I want to see what all the hype is about, because typically when I go everywhere, it's always someone smoking, or they're outside the building smoking. They're outside in the smoke area. Right. So my parents do it. It must be something likable, and they try it. And oh, look at that. I also like it, or I don't like it.
But the reason you like it, do you think because your parents liked it as well, and then they passed it on to?
No. You just like it.
Thank you.
You just like it.
All right. Listen to the next question. Yeah, so let me ask you this. Have you noticed a genetic trait that you have inherited from your parents? Something that you see that your mother or your father or even your grandparents, aunts, uncle, anybody, and you just like, damn, I do that too. That is crazy.
That I do?
Something that you've seen your ancestors, your mother, father, whatever, do. And you notice now that you do it too.
Off the top, probably would say no. Everything that I do is because I hate to say trained. I was raised to do. So the thing that my parents installed in me is preparing to be an adult, to live out here in the world. Right. So, but they taught me because this is how they did. So they're going to, so I wouldn't say that's genetic. It was just taught to me because this is what, like, when you have children, you can only teach them what you know. So, if you don't know a whole bunch of knowledge, most likely your kids are not going to know. So it's not really genetic. It's just what I taught you, how I taught you. But like they say, one way to skin a cat. But at the same time, don't think, because you know what, I clean the same way my mama did. That's because I taught you that way.
Or let's say you have OCD like your mama. She didn't teach you OCD.
How could not?
Because like I said, let's say your mother cleaned and then say, hey, you need to keep your house clean as well. But now, as you become an adult and you're on your own,
you took it to the next level.
You have this OCD. You have this obsessive compulsive disorder to constantly clean.
But it started with her.
Or was it passed on to you genetically?
Well, then who in your family is OCD besides
your mother?
You just said she wasn't.
No. I said, what if she never really told you she was OCD? But she just told you, hey, when you become an adult and when you have your own place, it's always good to keep a clean house.
But you wouldn't know that.
Well, know what, that she had OCD?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. But now you realize I have OCD. And then you talking to your mom like, Mama, I just give in the morning, I'll clean for like 6 hours straight and can't stop. Mm-hmm. I just got it. And I can't, I'll see a dust speck here or a spot there, and I can't stop until I get rid of it. And she like, baby, I'm the same way. I always do that. When I see a spot, I'll mop the whole floor just for one spot. Or I'll go clean my car because I just see a little dirt spot on
And
it.
I feel like that would have been taught.
That was taught?
That would have been, if mom had OCD like that, that would have been taught from the child way long. You know how dirty your child makes a house when they're a toddler? So as them growing up, you would have been hardcore strict of everything has a place, and they would have watched you growing up cleaning the house like crazy, and they would have taken on that and moved into their house because this is how my mom, we were doing the baseboards. My mom told me every Sunday morning we had to wake up, or Saturday morning we was washing the baseboards. We had to wash clothes. We were flipping the house upside down, cleaning blinds, all of that. That is taught. That is not genetics because your mama made you get up.
But that's not. But this is what I'm saying. You know, some people that was raised in that environment, and when they get on their own, they don't do none of that. They lazy, horrible at cleaning.
That's why it's not genetic.
But that's what I'm saying. but if you have that natural desire to always want to clean, I ain't talking about you programmed to clean. You have something in you that makes you want to clean. Like you get, okay, I'm trying to use them. So let's say, for example, like a temper. You know, some people like, you got a temper just like your mama.
Mm-hmm.
So you didn't develop that temper. Let's just say you're a child and they telling you that. You ain't no more than 7 years old. And they like, you got a temper just like your mama. So don't you think that might have been something your mom passed on to you at 7 years old?
Yeah, by you watching her behavior when she gets angry.
So
and now you angry, like
so
your
you don't
mama.
Believe in nothing. So other than the way you look, that's as far as genes go with you.
Genes, yeah. I feel like when it comes down to your hairline, your eyes, your cheekbones, your physical structure is genetics. Your personality is come from the habitat that's surrounding you. You can't help but be in this environment. So when you watch your mom and dad react to certain things, that's exactly what you're going to pick up because you think this is right, this is life, this is how it's supposed to be.
All right, so let me ask you this, and I know you know somebody probably like this. You've never been around. I'm gonna say I know somebody person like this. I don't want to say their name. So I got a
call them out.
No, I got a friend, right? And long story short, they didn't have any relationship with their father.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Was raised in a different environment, other than So basically, they had no relationship with their father, and they was raised in an environment where they actually were disciplined. Had a good structure, a good environment, good family structure. But as they got older, still drifted and became the person that their father is, but never had a relationship with this man. Didn't know anything about him other than that's all he is, your biological father. And then were doing the same things, had the same traits, how he laughed, how he walked. Even the stuff that he did, like, I don't want to say what he was doing, but let's just say he was doing some things that he shouldn't have been doing illegally. And his dad did it too. And he would end up doing those same things, but never was around this man. Never had any kind of conversation with this man. This man had no influence on his life. And he still ended up being just like his dad. How would you explain that?
It's still environment.
But he was in a good environment, though.
But you're only doing the environment of the home. When this person left the home, who are their friends? What are they watching on TV? What music are they listening to? Because they listen to that intro music, they're gonna think that lifestyle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
They call you out.
Okay.
So you can't just base it off of mom and dad in the home, or in the home. This is how mom and dad moved. Okay, but that child was never always in the home.
Right.
They have friends. They have people at school that they watch.
Right.
Things on TV, social media, music they listen to. So that plays a part.
Yes, but not to call you out or anything, but I'm just saying you were raised a certain way, I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
And then when you were faced with certain situations outside of your home, whether, like you said, school, whatever, anywhere outside the home, parties, club, whatever, when you was around a group of people, did not what you were raised off of, the teachings and the things that your parents instilled in you, came into play when you faced those situations? It was like, I can't do that.
Not all the time.
Not all the time, but I'm saying, it's some things you probably did choose to engage in. Yeah. But it was also things you chose not to engage in.
Right.
Because of your upbringing, right?
Right.
So
the same thing with the child.
So you think that the fact that his dad was exactly like him...
Because you don't know what his friends are doing or saying around... You know what I'm saying? Like when he goes outside, he or she go outside to play. You don't know who they're playing with as a parent.
Right.
You don't know where... You just know your child went outside to play.
But see, if your daddy had a drug addiction and now somebody introduces drugs to you, that generic trait in you, I said generic. Damn, sorry. That genetic trait in you is activated once you introduced to it, don't you think? Because it's already in you. Now, once you are approached with it, you like, for some reason, I like this. I want that.
I want to try it.
Yeah, you have this unexplainable, overwhelming desire to do it because it's already in you.
A situation like that.
Okay, now I'm gonna have to pull out what about sexuality? Okay, C6. So let's say, for example, your mama was a freak. Not your mama. I'm just saying in general, y'all. Not her mama. Your mama don't watch the show, this. Hey, mama. So I'm just saying, like, let's just say, for example, your parents had a high sex drive. We'll just keep it like that. So now you're born, you're growing up in life, and then you start, developing, of course, or maybe, experiencing certain things, interacting with, other people. And you noticing that they did something to you, just, ooh, something about that touch. Or when you saw it on TV, maybe, it was like a monster or something was just roaring inside. You just like, damn, I want to do that. I like that. And then you find out your mama was like that too. They were like, yeah, baby, hey, mama like to get down now. So yeah, you probably got that freak in you too. I don't think
that's genetic. It's just like curiosity.
You shooting all my little stuff down.
I'm for it because I was like, I guess it depends on your beliefs when it boils down to it. Because I feel like, curiosity. You're curious about things, even the sexuality. You have some people that try something and they're kind of like, and then you have some people that's like, you know what? I like the way that made me feel. I'm gonna continue to do it. Some people's like, I like the way that made me feel, but
it was horrible.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not horrible. But I just don't need it as often as this other person. It's not genetics. It's just some things people like to indulge in,
right.
Which is how we got wide backs, and then you got people.
Oh, wow.
Some people like to enjoy and go on about their business. It's each and own, but I wouldn't say it's genetics because. So now you got you got two daughters, and one likes to have her fun,
right,
and the other one doesn't. So now you feel like, oh,
I could say it was because I could say the freaky daughter may have taken after one of the parents. Let's say the dad was a freak or the mom was a freak, so she ended up having those urges and desires like her parents, and then the other daughter took the genetic coding or traits that the other parent who isn't the freak.
So you feel like habits are technically genetics. So when someone is a smoker, someone who's an alcoholic, someone who's promiscuous, someone who basketball loves sports, someone who loves track, you feel like all of that is one of the 50 from mom and dad. Like each one of them has their own block, and it's hereditary.
I feel like it may not necessarily make you engage in it, but I feel like you might, that curiosity you were talking about, I feel like that's come from the genetic traits that you have in you, because certain things excite you and you can't explain why, for whatever reason. Like how some people just like, man, I just love to bake for some reason. I love to cook. And then they be like, yeah, your grandma used to bake all the time. And you just like, I never knew why. I just when I first got old enough to start making cakes and making pies.
Right. So you feel like all of those is a block in genetics of between your mom and dad. Whether the dad pulled it from his great granddaddy, or she pulled it from her mama, or wherever they pulled it from to give you their 50. It was one of those blockers. Everything from head to toe about an individual.
I like that. Yeah, let's go with that. Yes, what you just said.
Nothing is chalked up to personality. It's all genetics.
No. I'm not gonna say that, but I just feel like
habits. I'm gonna say not personality, but habits.
Habits, right.
None of it is habit of volunteering to indulge in this, that, and the third. All of it is genetics. So someone could sit up here and say, you know what? I just get this urge to just start knocking mofos out. It's a genetic.
Well,
because everything this person does is one of my 100. It's probably number 14 from my daddy, because my uncle back in the day in the 40s,
right.
He used to always have a knife ready to cut somebody.
I wouldn't be playing with me. Well, I ain't gonna say in all cases. It's always an exception to the rule, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Now it's an exception to the rule.
Well, everything has an exception, I mean, just like, for example, LeBron James' son. I was trying to use him for an example. Okay, LeBron James is a supreme athlete. I don't know if you keep up with basketball.
I don't.
Okay, but just take my word for it. The dude 40 years old and he's still playing just as good as these 20-year-olds out there. Okay, so he is a supreme. Now, of course, he does put that work in, eating right, working out. But genetically, he's just a freak of nature. Like, you saw him in high school when I followed his career. In high school, he looked like a grown man playing amongst boys. You could tell he was just physically light years away. That's my point. Now, he gets with Savannah, his wife, and they create Bronny Jr. Bronny Jr. don't have his height. Bronny Jr. my height. LeBron James 6'8".
Okay.
Bronny Jr. don't have the build that his dad has.
Okay.
And I believe that is because his mother's genes, I don't want to say in a negative way, but she diluted the genes of LeBron James in a sense. So, yes.
You can't dilute him. He still put up his 50. You just don't know what 50 he put up.
But that's what I'm saying when I say diluted is like the same genetic coding that LeBron James
that made
has
him so awesome.
Right.
He didn't pass some same 50 on.
Right. Like you said, he got some of it, whether it's the looks, the physical features, or whatever, but athletic-wise, he doesn't.
Okay.
So that's why I was saying that's the power of genes. His mom, Savannah, when they put that combination together,
that's what they created.
Right. And he, unfortunately, is not what his dad is.
Yeah, but I can understand that he didn't get the physical features of his dad. Okay, well, guess what?
Athleticism, none of that.
He got, obviously, whatever 50 Dwayne put up. It wasn't anything in the physical aspect of, I guess, his awesomeness. But it still boils down to, you can't sit here and say because a child or a person indulges more into a topic or desire, it's hereditary, it's genetic. Not everything is genetic. Some of these things is habit, it's choice.
Right.
So, like, if you look at we just strictly talk about parents, or we don't go beyond the parents. I don't know a lot of my cousins. I mean, I probably could name two of my family members that drink. My parents do not drink.
Right.
I drink. But I can only name two, and I didn't even grow up with these two individuals. So, it's a choice I made.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't sit here and say, oh, well, you know what? That's your mom's side of the family, so she gave you the drinking gene.
Well, no. See, that's what I was saying. I don't think it applies to everything that the person does. But I do feel like sometimes a lot of the things that we do, you can point back to, like you said, your parents might have done it, or a grandparent might have done it. Some behaviors. Yeah. But yeah, eventually you're going to decide who you're going to be when you get to a certain age. So like even if you do something totally opposite from what your parents raised you, you chose to do that. You know what I'm saying? But even in that space, I still feel like there's something I can point to that, your mama do that too, right? I seen your daddy do that. He do that all the time too. Even though you might be living a total different life of how they raised you and how they are.
Right. I
still feel like you will have their traits. Whether, like I said, it's a laugh, a temper, intelligence.
But see, I understand that. Right. All of mine, I'm not going to put all of mine on the scale to say I can 100% agree with you. I do understand where you're coming from. Right. But behind it, it's just trained behavior for me. Some things is just trained behavior because I grew up. And I see what you're saying. Like, okay, what about you take the mom, you grew up with a single dad, and they're like, you sound like your mom, you laugh like her, or you look like her, or whatever. Right. Yeah, okay, yeah, those are the traits that she gave you because you look like her. You have her eyes. You have whatever of hers.
What about her personality?
Her personality, I don't feel like that's genetic because how can you sit here and say...
But you never knew her, though.
Right, yeah, I never knew her.
But you joke and laugh and cut up just like she used to. Did people tell you that? Or, you sing just like your mom.
That ain't come from her.
You sing just like your...
No, that's me. That's me.
All right.
That's me.
All right, then. Well, listen.
I ain't giving her no credit. That's mine.
Well, that was episode 64. In those genes. Hope y'all learned something. Apparently, I don't know nothing about genetics.
No, don't say that. Everyone has their own opinion and how they believe people are created. Right.
I feel
like how they believe they come, who you are as a person. Everyone has their own beliefs.
Right. Well, no, that's good. I like what this is why we have this podcast, so we can have these discussions. There's no wrong or right answers.
It's not.
It's just all thoughts and opinions.
Yep.
But you did crush mine. No. But that's cool. So, even though Tally's not here, Tally texted me too while you doing the show.
What he said?
Yeah. He said, he's sorry for not making it. He hate he missed the opportunity to sit next to you again. And I'm reading.
I know he didn't text that.
Yeah, he did. I'm reading right now, and that he apologizes that he was a little under the weather, and he fell asleep. So man, I hope you feel better.
I hope it ain't something he ate. You know that stomach flu.
I almost said something.
You know what? See, you on the wrong show.
I ain't gonna do. I know that. See,
that stomach stuff like what can take up like a week.
I don't know if he got a stomach issue. He just said he was under the weather.
I'm saying like if you ate bad.
I think
food.
he just got cooties. Tell it. Yeah. He got cooties, man. Cooties going around. Hey, cooties for real, y'all. Get your cootie shot. I think Walgreens offer cootie shot. No, cootie shot. I said what I said. I think Walgreens offer cootie shots, and I think you can get cootie shots at the Foot Locker too.
Eat your vitamins. Drink your water.
Yeah, that too.
Drink your water. It's cold out here. It's Alabama. 1 minute you want to wear a sweater, the next minute you out here with just short sleeves.
Yes. Just got everybody.
You
confused.
Get sick. Yes. Drink your water. Take your vitamins. All of that.
And then on the tail, I got to do a commercial break. Make sure y'all check out the Real Spill podcast on, of course, Facebook, also on YouTube at the Real Spill podcast number 3. And we're also on the Pulse Network. Shout out to the GM, Jermaine Mobley. The Pulse Network, which is on Roku TV, is free. No excuses. Just go in the search engine, type in the Pulse Network, click on the app, and find the Real Spill podcast. All right? But you know we got to do In the Cook.
I just finna say, I was just finna tell you, we didn't do.
No, we ain't done. We ain't done.
Okay,
I'm just trying to be like Tal and be professional and wrap up the episode.
Right. Make sure we don't forget nobody.
So remember, episode 64, In Those Jeans. All right. And now we're getting ready to do the In the Cup round. Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
That marijuana uses. Yeah.
I don't smoke weed. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's all good.
You believe what you want to. I don't need to lie about it. If I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. I tell you, I don't smoke anything but not alcohol.
You on that? You on that liquor? That Coke 45? Oh, okay. Anyway, all right. Well, let's do. My bad. That's what I drink. Shout out to Billy D.
He lying, y'all.
Made it 6. He made Coke 45 6.
He lying, y'all.
So yeah. So all right, let's do it. In the cup. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First question: who would win in a street fight, Santa Claus or the Grinch?
I feel the Grinch.
Cause he green.
He evil. He's mean. Them type of people, usually I would hope have hands.
I believe he can hold his own, but I would bet on Santa though.
Santa's too jolly and nice.
I think Santa fight dirty. He gonna call the elves in to jump on you. He probably have his reindeer. It's a street fight. Anything legal in a street fight.
No, you're not fighting fair.
Grinch ain't don't know how to fool with the Grinch. He ain't got nobody to call to that little dog.
But you know what they say, if you gotta jump somebody, that's because you know how bad they are. I mean, when you need more than one person.
I mean, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, so the Grinch.
But I'm just saying.
If you gotta call Rudolph and them.
All right. I'm just saying they're a game. It's a Christmas game. So if they all show up, they just all show up. Game. Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, certain people you just don't mess with because, you know, if I fight them, I got to fight all of them.
Yeah.
So, all right. But
I'm still going with the Grinch.
I ain't mad at that. I can see that. All right, let me ask you this. So what's your favorite Christmas movie? It can be anything, but what's your favorite Christmas movie?
I don't have one.
Wow. You can't even just fake like you got one?
Okay. If I had to watch...
No, you ain't got to watch, but you know.
No, I'm saying like if it was on.
Okay.
It's not a Christmas movie, but it's a Christmas movie to me. It would be Friday After Next. With Ricky Smiley. Because it's Santa Ricky Smiley was the Santa Claus. They had the Christmas party.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I ain't mad at that. That's a good point. Okay. I mean, it took place during Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, it was not designed to be a Christmas movie, but
Cat Williams and what's your name? Ricky Smiley, he was Santa Claus and stealing the presents and
okay,
and that would be a Christmas.
I like that. No, that's because see, like I say, Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
That's not a Christmas movie.
But it took place during Christmas. It happened on Christmas Eve. So I'm kind of with you.
Jolly and ho about
now,
that?
Now, technically, the all-time greatest Christmas movie is my boy Ralphie and A Christmas Story. That's the all-time greatest Christmas movie. You know Ralphie with the rifle shot his eye out. You never seen A Christmas Story?
I saw pieces.
Remember when the kid stuck his tongue on the...
That's the only piece I know.
Oh, my God. You got to watch The Christmas Story. That is your assignment. Do not let this year go by without watching The Christmas Story.
Didn't Home Alone do a Christmas song?
Yes, that is a Christmas movie. Christmas Story, Home Alone.
I would watch Home Alone 1.
Lethal Weapon 1, I feel like was a Christmas movie because it took place during the Christmas. All right, next question. Keeping on with the Christmas theme. If Santa would do this.
Oh.
It's okay, in other words, damn, you know what? I need to do a better job writing the questions. I think what I was trying to say was, if Santa would give you any gift you wanted, what would you ask for?
So if
you met Santa Claus, man, if you
give you any present,
and he said, "I'm gonna give you whatever you ask for. All you gotta do is ask me whatever you want."
That's what tripped you up because you said would instead of could. If Santa could give you,
well, he can. Santa can.
But you said would.
So I'm saying, yeah, because you're probably on the naughty list. So Santa may not get you.
I'm a good girl.
I believe you are good at what you do.
That I am.
All
that's
right.
for another show.
Yeah, that's for the 7 o'clock show, the After Dark. But what I was saying was, if Santa would give you any gift you wanted,
okay,
what would you ask for?
Just one?
Yeah, one gift.
Dang, these are the top 3.
I mean, if you want to do a top 3, but yeah, I was just thinking one. I know what I would ask for. Yeah, off the rip, no question.
If I could, I would say clean debt.
A clean dick.
Yeah, debt.
Debt. Oh, okay, debt free. Got you. I thought you said a clean dick. Not
a back deck.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I was like. I was like, you need to get a pressure washer for that.
Yeah. I would need him to take all that off. Pay all that off.
Well, that's kind of you and me kind of in the same game. I would just ask for $1 billion.
Nah. Clear all my debt. I don't owe nobody.
I mean, with $1 billion, I'm gonna clean my debt, your debt, Taylor debt, anybody.
Yeah, and you'll have some left over. Ain't no problem. You'll have some. Yeah, you'll have some left over for some fun.
An extreme amount left over.
Right.
Yeah.
Either I can see that. I can co-sign that.
Yeah, just give me that $1 billion, and you never got to worry about me ever again.
Asking for nothing else.
Yeah, I ain't gonna never bother you again. All right, let me ask you this then. Best Christmas present you ever got? Whether it was your childhood or adulthood, whatever. What was the best Christmas present you ever got?
I don't get a lot of those.
Don't say nothing nasty now. I know you. Talking about that. You know that Christmas Eve I was in Miami.
I've never been to Miami, and I'm from Florida. That's crazy. It would probably. I don't remember how old I was, but it would have to be the pink Barbie car. It was a pink Barbie car Corvette that my mom got.
That's a dope gift. Yeah. I remember that pink Barbie car. The one you could drive like a Power Wheel? Oh, yeah, that's fly.
It was a Power, yeah.
That's fly.
You had to charge the big old battery.
Yeah, that's fly. Yeah. Okay, that is a good gift. I understand that. Oh, man. I would have to say probably my best gift ever was my Nintendo. My first Nintendo. That changed my life.
Nintendo.
Yeah, my
the
first
regular Nintendo.
Yeah, the very first Nintendo.
With Mario and the Duck game.
Mike Tyson Punch Out, Contra, Double Dragon, Karate Champ, Karate Kid, Tecmo Bowl football. See, I told you it changed my life. Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers.
I used to love Duck Hunt.
Man,
you couldn't tell me I
was. It changed the game, man. It changed the game.
You can't
Shout
tell
out
me
to
Nintendo,
Nintendo, man. Shout out to Nintendo, man. Yeah, that was the best. Yeah. Man, I probably stayed and played that thing for like 16 hours.
That like started the whole Mario series.
I mean, I remember I opened it up that morning. It probably was like 9 o'clock in the morning once I actually, hooked everything up. And I literally probably played that thing till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. My dad was like, "Hey man, go to bed, boy."
Ain't no breaks.
I'm talking that Nintendo was smoking. So yeah, but yeah, that was probably my best gift. All right, let me ask this last question here. Favorite Christmas song?
I don't think I have one.
Okay, man. Who are you?
I'm sorry.
Man, my God. You are the Grinch.
I can be. A Christmas song? If I had to name one, I don't even know a lot of Christmas songs.
I mean, no Jingle Bell, Silent Night.
They wouldn't be favorites. It's just songs I know.
I mean, even if it was the remakes by like the Temptations or Mariah Carey or anybody, no song.
Okay, we can.
This Christmas, that's my favorite one. And this Christmas,
that's what I said.
Will be.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's definitely something that I've heard over my childhood.
Yeah, shout out to Donna Hathaway.
I've heard over my childhood to be like, okay, when it comes on, I know what I'm hearing when I'm listening to it, I sing along. But to say favorite, like, That's a little.
It probably was 69 boys. With it, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
What you gonna get me, boy, for Christmas? Hey, what you gonna get that, boy? You don't remember that? 12 diamond ring, 11 Corvettes, 10. You don't remember that?
What year that came out?
Like 99, 98, somewhere around there. You don't remember that 69 boy?
Sir, I was like 12, 13 years old.
Well,
I don't know. I was still playing with Barbies.
And you wouldn't listen to rap music. Ain't you from Florida or something?
I am.
That should have been played on everywhere. You probably heard it in the mall there. 69 boys from Florida.
I know they are, but that doesn't mean I was.
I should have. You know, I'm going to play that for the next episode. That's going to be our intro.
I guess you could say, I don't know. Growing up, I listened to a lot of Temptations and Patti LaBelle. So, like, during Christmas, like, when I'm doing in the house and I'm putting up the tree, putting up decorations, I put on Temptations of Christmas on Pandora.
There you go.
To listen to, but it's just to listen to it, but I wouldn't say I had a favorite. I like them all. Everybody's equal. So we're one big family.
All right. I like how you spent that. All right, then. I'll let you have it. All right. Well, that was episode 64, In Those Jeans, and that was the In the Cup round. And apparently you don't know anything about Christmas movies or songs. But we're going to work on that, though. We're going to work on that. We're going to have it up to speed next time, okay?
Catch me up. Give me a list.
I'm going to break me one down. All right, well, yeah, man, that was our episode. Appreciate you coming once again. And you hanging around, aren't you?
I am.
So y'all tune in. Straight Shooter will be here for the 7 o'clock show.
When the lights cut off.
Yeah, the After Dark with Ayo. Straight Shooter, and it'll be myself. I think the ologist might be showing up. If you're watching, feel free to pull up.
Dictionary.
Yeah, dictionary. Yeah. So yeah, y'all tune in at 7 o'clock. I think it's episode 46. The process. We're gonna be talking about how women decide to give up their cootie cat to the men they're dating.
They have to be dating.
Well, just in general.
We'll talk about that.
How they decide to be intimate with the person they want to be intimate with. So we're gonna talk about y'all process. All right. All right, so yeah.
Fascinating topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, all right then. That was episode 64. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We out. We'll be back in 1 hour. Yeah. And we still live. Don't say nothing crazy.
So silly.